What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a garage update with the fleet, as well as do a Q&A at the later portion of today's video. I posted on Instagram the other day about asking us questions, and we got quite a few to go through, so that'll be
a good bit
some interesting questions.
Yeah.
So as far as garage update, I'll kick it off with the two cars you see up front. First off, we have my 2020 Toyota GR Supra. I bought this car September of 2019, and currently I have just over 6,000 miles on it. The car has been flawless. I've had zero issues with it. As far as modifications go, as far as looking at the exterior, whole car is ceramic coated. We have paint protection film on the entire front end. Got the ESR RF2 wheels sitting in a satin bronze. They're ceramic coated as well. Beautiful look to the car. We got some carbon fiber goodies on the side there and on the fake vents on the hood, as well as on the interior. We got a full straight piped exhaust system with the massive AWE tips, and this car is tuned, has an intake as well. So the Supra right here, as it sits on 93, pumps out 450 wheel horsepower and 560 pound-feet of torque. It is a monster and I love it. I've been having a blast owning the car. Next up, this is the car that I've owned for almost 3 years, 2 years and 10 months to be exact. My 2014 Nissan GTR just ticked over 39,000 miles on the car. Haven't had a single issue. This has been a flawless, bulletproof, knock on whatever kind of metal this is, it's never had an issue. But perfect car, has had zero problems with it. Pretty stock on the exterior. We got the Vossen wheels though, which I absolutely love, finished in satin bronze as you guessed. And then on the interior we got the full red leather. This car is also full bolt-on, straight piped, bigger injectors, bigger intakes, roughly 600 wheel horsepower. And then we got the Armytrix exhaust. So this car is a monster and I love it. I absolutely love it. Cannot say enough good things. GTR, not really going anywhere anytime soon. Supra, same story. But that's it for me.
All right.
Head on to Mike.
Pass it off to me. We're gonna go to my 2017 Toyota Tacoma. If you're new to the channel, this is my second truck. This is actually the longest vehicle we've had in this fleet of 4 right now. I've had this just over 3 years, right? I got it in 17, so just over 3 years now. Just to go over some things, you'll see I have a hybrid style front bumper. I changed out the grille and headlights. I recently painted my wheels so they have a nice two-tone design to them. Have the TRD off-road badge. I've got some paint going on the inside. I do have a 3-inch lift kit. A lot of people ask me or have told me I have a stock truck, but it's on a 3-inch lift with 33-inch tires. I want to go with some larger tires soon, but this has been a phenomenal truck. It does what I need to off-road and does what I need to as far as towing motorcycles and just daily driving. It's a blast. It's an awesome truck. I highly recommend it. My favorite mod, I think, is my high clearance rear bumper, because I cut out a dent that I put in the truck and installed that piece. So this has been an absolute blast. And then next to it, I just picked up this Jeep Wrangler. Now, one thing about this truck, I really haven't started doing any mods on it yet because I don't have my tag for it. I'm still on a temporary tag. And if you saw a video about the 350Z that I bought, I only had that 2 months. I had to sell it back to the dealer because they never got me the title or the tag for it. I hope that's not the situation with this, because this is a fun SUV. I love taking the doors off. It is so much fun, but I don't want to start modding it because I don't know if I have to sell it back or not. So we'll see. But that is going to wrap up the four-wheel vehicles. Yeah. We have our motorcycles in the garage there.
All right, so let's kick off the questions now. We have like 60 questions, so.
Thanks, guys.
So, if you had to sell one, the Supra or GTR, which one would you sell, keep, and why? If I had to sell one, it'd be the Supra. The GTR, no matter what I'm doing, has a wow factor of, oh my gosh, this car is epic. The Supra, it has the epic side of it, but it also can turn into a Toyota Camry, a basic normal car, which is nice. That's why I like having the two cars together. But at the same time, it can be a normal, boring car if you want it to be. The GTR is never boring. It's always ridiculous. I love it. I will never not have a GTR. So I guess same one for you, of these two.
Dude, this is tough. The Wrangler is so much fun. But I've recently seen you can take the doors off a Tacoma too. So we might have to do that one day. But I'd probably sell the Wrangler because I can't replace my Tacoma for what I've done to it.
Yeah.
If I sold my truck, I would have to put up like another $15K to do this again on another truck.
They went up in price. A new one like this is like 10 grand more than what you paid anyway. What is the best handling car you've reviewed?
Wow. We've reviewed well over 200, 300 cars.
Technically, the Lotus Elise, we've both driven that. That is like the world's best handling car.
Yeah.
All right, will the GTR, or is the GTR nice for city driving? No, it's not. Stop and go traffic is not its friend. The dual clutch is clunky in the slow speeds. It really is a race car that is usable on the road. If you're in the stop and go stuff, it's annoying. Normal open freeway, mountain roads, track, all that stuff is amazing in it, but bumper to bumper, I would not recommend if you do that all the time. That's why the boring Camry over here is better. Tune the GTR to 1500. That will literally cost more than I paid for the car.
Yeah.
That means built motor, means the transmission, engine are out of the car, rebuilt.
That's not usable ever anywhere unless you're drag racing.
I can't even use a stock, either of these cars stock.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have the funds, and if I'm spending 200 grand on my GTR, I'm buying a Lambo. Would you wrap the GTR again? Possibly.
It's a lot of work.
I would love to actually have it wrapped Bayside blue, but it's like $5 grand to get a real wrap done. They're worth the money because it's so much skill, but I don't really justify spending that much money on a wrap just because I don't really want to spend that much money on a wrap when I can do so many other things. Like my motorcycle costs that much and I get more fun out of a bike. So probably not, quite honestly. What's your dream? Let's go with what's your dream car, because
that was it. What's your dream?
Yeah, that's pretty open-ended.
Dream car.
We'll go with dream car because I saw it a few times. Well, me, that is easy. A Lamborghini Gallardo. When I was 10 years old, my parents got me a model car of one, and that's the car I'm still working towards buying. So that's my dream car.
I'd probably say Lambo too, but I've been wanting another R8. I regret getting rid of that. So I need another R8 in my life, possibly supercharged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any plans to increase the power of the GTR? The next step, because it's full bolt-ons and tuned, it's been data log remote tuned, so it's not just an off-the-shelf tune. But I want to do custom tuning, and that might be it. I may or may not go E85. It's kind of inconvenient for me, so maybe just like a flex fuel system. Do your parents care about you buying exotic cars rather than planning for your future? First off, it's as if you can either have nice cars
or the other,
or plan your future. That's not the case. You can do both.
Our parents are pretty proud of what we've been able to accomplish. They've always supported us. In the first part of doing YouTube, it was like, why are you always filming? Why are you always doing this? And, not focusing on other things. But once they saw this was a true passion of ours, a business that we were actually creating and growing and we could profit from it, they started to jump on board. It's like, wow, you're actually doing this and being entrepreneurs. You're making your business and working hard on it. Our cars is part of our business. Like we make money off of our vehicles.
If I sold the GTR, I will profit a nice amount of money. Same with the Supra,
and the Tacoma.
Yeah. These cars bring money. They're revenue sources. They're investments. They're free to own because they are our business.
So it's a little bit different for us, but at the same time, it's not an or question. It's a can you do both?
Yeah. And with all that, while yes, you see us on YouTube spending money on cars and mods and all this, on the backside, which of course is private, we're saving for the future. I have goals to do many things, build a family of my own years down the road. So we're building a future at the same time, and this is the future. Because of YouTube, we have 4 other companies that we run their marketing for. We've branched out our business, and we can't keep up with the work because we have so many different things we're doing.
We're working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, just because we want to. That's the hard work that goes into something that you plan for.
So to answer your question, our parents are extremely proud of us building a business out of nothing, all on our own, by the way, and preparing a future that they couldn't even have for themselves. So, hard work pays off. How reliable is FBO GTR? Bulletproof. Knock on Tacoma. Do you guys get a lot of attention with your cars? The Supra and GTR are 50-50. Only car people really freak out about them. The GTR, car people freak out when they see it, which is kind of crazy. It still gets looks. The Supra does actually get just as much of attention as the GTR because it looks really exotic. It looks really sporty. Normal people are always asking what it is. A lot of older people actually ask me, hey, is that a Supra? Because it looks like the old Supra to them, which is kind of interesting. But I can still go under the radar and go everywhere with these and don't really get bothered. So they're kind of 50-50.
Yeah, no one knows about the Jeep. Yeah, that's just, you get the Jeep Wave. I've had people notice me in the Tacoma just because, I don't know, it's pretty. I like it. It's unique looking, I guess. Still a Tacoma, but...
How much was the GTR when you first got it? Sale price was $67,500 and out the door was just under $70,000. Any problems with your tires on the Supra unbeating?
Where's the Tacoma and Jeep questions?
A lot of questions on the GTR. Which GTR upgrade was not worth the time and money? The rear sway bar, I really don't notice a difference with it. It's a waste of $140.
Is there anything on the Tacoma I could answer that? I think everything on the Tacoma has a function and a purpose. Yeah. Even down to the bar I put in the front of the bed for $50 to tie down motorcycles.
Yeah.
I don't think I've put anything useless on here.
Lucky you. What's better, the GTR or Supra? I love both, but can't decide. Same price, go with the GTR. It'll be older, but it's a GTR. New for new, the Supra's a better bargain. It's half the price. so I didn't help you at all. They're both great. Have you all considered doing a cruise with subscribers, like to Tail of Dragon or something? That question, I was thinking about it actually because I did read that question. Honestly, probably not, mainly because of liability issues.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of cruises with some of our good friends. We get groups of 4 to 10 cars. When you get up to 10 cars, it gets a little sketchy because that's a lot of cars, trying to be together.
Yeah.
And if you get inexperienced drivers, and not to hate on people's cars, but people with not performance cars who are joining, you get a recipe for a disaster. We had an incident where we all had to stop short. I was in the Supra. We had some newer GTIs, 370Zs, some nicer modern cars. My forward collision helped me stop. The girl behind me, her forward collision helped her stop. Guy behind him was like a teenager, didn't really know what he was doing, ran off the road into a speed limit sign and wrecked his car. It's a lot of liability, especially if you don't know these people. And when we even met up at the parking lot, those 4 guys, a basic Hyundai Veloster, like a Ford Focus, a little Honda Civic, whipping it in the parking lot like a teenager. That's a recipe for disaster. And even my own experience when I had the Nismo 370Z, we went on a cruise. A guy was in a GTR, we had a Z06, Mike had the Lotus, and I was trying to keep up with the Z06 and GTR, and I almost wrecked it into a guardrail, scared the living crap out of me. That's when I learned, don't keep up with cars that are better than yours. So, cars and coffee shows like that, I'd love to meet up with people. Cruises, I'll stick with our friends and stuff. Just liability, I don't want to invite people I don't know, who I don't know their driving skill set, and then something happens. It's just not worth it, I think. Why a GTR? Because it's awesome. It's unlike anything I've ever driven.
I'm going to take a nap over here.
I know, the GTR is the best. Are you trading the Supra for the new Z? May or may not. Most likely, though, I'll probably trade the Supra for a Lamborghini and then trade the GTR for a Z, while having another GTR already. Fastest personal 0 to 60 record in the GTR. 3 seconds on the street.
Yeah.
It spins a little bit. Oh, Mike!
Yes, I'm awake.
What are your thoughts on the Magnuson Supercharger for the Tacoma?
Honestly, I really wanted to do that, and I just wanted to give the truck a lot more power, kind of be one of the first people to show the installation of the product. But I've heard some mixed reviews with having the gearing that I have on the truck not being stock. Will it actually add more power, and how the whole truck performs? So I'm kind of hesitant on doing that. I want to do it, but it's a truck. It's like a lot of people have told me, limited my top speed. It's not something that I need to do, go 0 to 60. Power would be cool, just getting up to speed, but I'd rather put that money towards $5,000 in mods on the Jeep is a ton of content.
Yeah.
Versus one supercharger on a pickup truck.
All right, which is better, suspension lift or body lift?
Suspension lift. I would not recommend doing a body lift. People may argue that, but you're separating the body from the frame. So if you were to get into an accident or something, the body will continue to slide versus the frame, depending on how the accident is. But that's just one drawback that I see, is separating the body from the frame. Suspension lift, you're going to get a lot more travel and a lot more usability, and you won't have gaps looking through above your tires on the side. So you get what you pay for. Quality over crap. Yeah. So I'd get a real suspension lift.
When y'all getting a Ferrari? I'm not really a Ferrari fan. Yeah. I wouldn't hate a FF for $100,000, but I'd rather spend half and get a nice Audi. If you had a chance to choose between a Mercedes or a BMW, which one would you pick?
I'd probably go with the BMW.
Me
Mercedes
too.
technology is cool, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, they are beautiful interiors.
It's everywhere.
Hands down the best looking interior, but the Beamers are enthusiast cars, hands down.
Yeah, and they're a little bit louder.
Yeah, they have more of the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The more things you're going to do the GTR,
kind of winding down?
Custom tuning, really. I love the car the way it is, and I'm at the point where the next things are $10,000 every time I do something. So, custom tuning, that's probably about it. Did you ever get a newer GTR? Yes. In a few years, swap this for a 2017 is kind of the plan within my other plans in life, but absolutely. What's the best thing about owning a GTR? Follower from the Philippines. Thank you for the long-away support.
Yep.
Best thing about the GTR, it's just a beast. It genuinely is a beast. The more you own it, the more you drive it, the more you really learn how it is. And I love this car even more today than when I bought it. Every mod's made it better. It is the best car ever. I'm a fanboy, I think. Mm-hmm. I'm 18 years old, want a GTR, don't know how to afford it. I'll go ahead and link a video on how I bought mine at 24 years old. Biggest thing, save your money. You don't need the newest cell phone. You don't need the newest clothes, newest shoes. You don't need cable TV. Make your own lunch, pack lunch every day. Just budget money and be responsible with your money. And
watch the video.
Yeah,
goes into a lot more details.
Yeah. News on Mike C8, kind of already talked.
Yeah, canceled it, got a Wrangler, and hope to get another R8 because I sold my dream car for it, and it never happened.
Yeah, Corvette, whole
So-
thing got screwed up with strikes and everything.
Yeah.
Suggest me a $70,000 car. That is an excellent budget for a car.
Audi R8, GTR, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Um,
A nice M4 would
Yeah.
be sweet. A newer GT500, ZL1, ZL6. I don't know if the AMG GT is that cheap yet,
yeah.
but yeah, those
There's
are
exotics, some Ferraris. They're going to be way older.
older
Way
cars.
older.
So yeah,
if you're
beware.
looking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever thought about doing a separate YouTube channel, one for car
Oh, yeah.
reviews, the other for the daily life stuff?
We've thought about that, but trying to make a whole nother channel is a lot of work. You have to get a lot more watch time and all this to get that channel built up.
To actually get money.
To actually get money, where we've put so much effort into this one channel.
It would just take months and months and months of videos not making a penny, which isn't really, effective for us.
Yeah.
And between the two of us, we just barely make daily uploads happen on this channel. So having two, the content wouldn't be as regular. That's not good for the algorithms. At one point, we have like our own families and stuff, maybe, but not for right now.
Maybe.
What was your college majors? What advice would you have for someone in and out of college? I'm a sophomore in electrical engineering. So I have a bachelor's in business administration.
I have a bachelor's in kinesiology, and of course, I'm not really doing anything with that. I do have some side jobs off YouTube that I do with that, but just keep working at it, man.
I was a Mustang. For the
And
moment.
people think we're the loud ones in the neighborhood.
We're the quiet ones, quite honestly. So advice to you, if you're enjoying your degree, keep it up, go for it. It'll be hard, but it'll be worth it at the end. And if you have a job that obviously uses that degree, that'd be a good paying job. Probably a lot of work, but do what you love.
Hold off for that Supra until you're done with school, till you get everything squared away.
Any chance you guys would want to track down your old cars? The Genesises, the 2Zs, the Evora, the R8. Last I checked, 2 or 3 years ago, my Scion TC, which was my first car, had 160,000 miles on it, and it lived within an hour from me, which is pretty cool. My red Genesis Coupe, I actually sold that when I worked at the dealership. The kid lives, I think, within a few hours. Was not into cars at all, so I'm sure that thing is destroyed. My Red Z sold it to some old guy. Don't know where that went. My Nismo went to Pennsylvania, and then a year later was back at the same dealership for sale. I don't know where it is. That would be sweet. Those are all my cars.
Yeah, so my red Tacoma is somewhere in South Carolina. Brian and I actually saw it once. It had actually been regularly serviced about a mile from where I used to live, but I only saw it once, so that was pretty awesome to see. I'm sure it's well over 100,000 miles. My Evora, no idea. Genesis Coupe, no idea.
Those we knew the owners when they first bought them, though.
Yeah, I kind of kept in touch with the owners. And then my R8 is local. I haven't seen it yet. I did reach out to the owners to see if they're willing to sell it. Haven't heard anything, so I'm sure they're enjoying it. But that is local, so hopefully I can see it again one day. And
But-
that's all my cars.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get another update. I don't have access to Carfax anymore, so I can't do that. Do you ever think about investing in real estate?
We've thought about it for personal reasons. Maybe we'll just keep that with us.
Yeah.
But
At the moment, it doesn't
just-
make sense. The cars make more sense for us.
yeah,
What is the best car choice for 2020 with a normal budget? I guess normal would be the average price, which is like 35
30 or
grand.
40. Yeah.
Honestly, a nice used like Audi S4. I sold a ton of them at the dealer. A good all-around vehicle. Any consideration on the 2021 Ford Bronco and modding it in a series?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Our dad is looking at possibly
Yes.
trading the 4Runner for one.
I hope he does.
And if he does, we're going to be modding it for him.
Yeah, whether he likes it or not. Mike, any plans getting another 350Z?
Probably not. I tried it. It was fun. If I had some spare time for like a fourth car or something, third car maybe, but I want my R8 back, so I'd rather put money into that car.
Getting a new Jeep Gladiator?
So I thought about it. If I combine my Wrangler and my Tacoma, you get a Gladiator. But I can't get rid of my Tacoma. I love it too much. But that would be cool to just have one vehicle instead of the two, but I can't do it. I'd have a Gladiator and a Tacoma.
Jumping from a 315 horsepower WRX, should I get a Supra or go straight to the GTR? I don't want to do too much power going from 315 to more than that. If your budget allows a GTR, go for it. Just be responsible. Quite honestly, both cars, you can hit 100 on an on-ramp. I know a lot of people say don't buy a fast car if you're young. It's all about responsibility and maturity level. You can handle a car that will hit triple-digit speeds without you thinking about it. you know, consider it yes or no. However, the Supra being rear-wheel drive, if you turn traction off, you can wrap it around a tree. So,
yeah,
if your budget and responsibility level allows it, go for it.
that's a good answer.
Yeah, and you can always drive it not fast if you don't want to.
Knock on cars again. Between us, we have 0 speeding tickets
Yes, so be responsible.
or accidents.
Oh, last 2 questions. I'll be getting a 2020 Supra in 7 months. Anything I should expect with the car? You'll love it. You'll have a lot of fun. The door panels might rattle and drive you crazy. The lack of dual zone climate control that sinks might drive you crazy, and the lack of a trunk button might drive you crazy. But
Yeah.
it is a fun car, absolutely worth it. Last one, put aftermarket seats in the Supra. Probably not going to do that.
Like the wrap.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not, they're good the way they are. If I get red launch edition seats though, I will do that.
Yeah.
So that is it for today's video. That was a lot of questions and the video is probably long at this point. But that's it guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. See you guys next video.